before this video begins, I just want to make two important announcements for the people who are subscribed to this channel. One, I took a break for the past week, which is why there's been no content. There's no big video in the works or anything. I just haven't taken a break in the past 7 years of doing YouTube, so I thought it would be important for me to take a break so that I could cool off for a bit and so that I wouldn't get too burnt out so I could continue making content for you on a frequent basis. Because as you've probably noticed, my content has become more and more infrequent across the past few months. I'm gonna try and bring it back, that's why I took a break, and I think it was important and I feel really rejuvenated coming back into making content. The second announcement though is way more interesting than that one, because I'm going to be going to VidCon in a few weeks. So if you're going on any of the 4 days that VidCon's running, you might be able to see me. So if you want to run up to me and don't stab me, please don't stab me. But if you want to come up and give me a hug or something, totally fine. Just expect me to be ridiculously short, okay? Please don't get your hopes up. I'm a child-sized human. Please understand. Before I go to LA, I'm gonna try and make some content in preparation, so there'll still be videos on the channel while I'm in America, and also I'm gonna make some form of documentary while I'm in America, because I would have to be insane to take a several $1,000 flight and not make some form of content so that I can completely pass it off as a business expense and get a tax return from it. I mean, come on, you think I'm gonna survive otherwise in this economy? With that being said though, onto the subject of today's video, which is TheActMan being punished by YouTube, with YouTube seemingly taking QuantumTV's side despite him being a severe copyright abuser, using hate speech in various different scenarios, and more. Going into this video, I'm going to presume you've seen TheActMan's second video about QuantumTV. If you haven't, I will link it in the description so you can watch it, and I'm going to be very careful when discussing this situation, because if TheActMan, a channel with millions of subscribers, can get demonetized over this topic and get a strike over it, who knows what could happen to me. So I really don't want to lose this channel, so I'm going to be very careful about what I say. Though I do think I should quickly set the stage for those who aren't completely caught up in this situation, so you actually know what's going on. QuantumTV is a YouTuber with 60,000 subscribers who reviews TV hardware. He made a video on Elden Ring, where he said the game was one of the worst games he's ever played, that no one should play it, people should refund it, that it looked terrible, and really made some bad arguments that got a lot of people mad at him. Then, when people like Mischief, a smaller YouTuber at the time who only had around 3k subscribers, made a video about his video, QuantumTV would respond by saying that people who were defending this game sounded like abuse victims and that they should kill themselves. QuantumTV would then threaten to strike down people like Mischief, and as such, Mischief would take down his video, and TheActMan would hop in and make a video about the situation, which would lead QuantumTV to try and strike his video, but YouTube would reject that strike because they said they didn't believe it was a valid strike. After TheActMan got that first email about how QuantumTV tried to strike him, he was obviously pissed, and so he made a second video where he detailed everything about QuantumTV, from copyright abuse to his rampant hate speech, going over social media posts that TheActMan believes QuantumTV made on old social media accounts, where he said several homophobic and otherwise bigoted statements, even going so far in these alleged real screenshots to say LGBTQ people should have been victims of a serious tragic shooting that took place in America back in 2016, which is probably not something you'd want associated with your brand, and is something YouTube can punish you for if you've linked the account to your channel. Though QuantumTV would say his account was hacked at this time and these posts weren't really him, most people don't believe him though. At this point, TheActMan would try and reach out to YouTube and communicate all of these issues in hopes that he could get QuantumTV's channel terminated for routinely violating the guidelines on copyright abuse, external links, child safety, and more, with all of these being points he detailed, provided evidence for, and elaborated on within his second video. Obviously, pretty much everyone thought YouTube was just gonna ban QuantumTV here. Looking at these posts and looking at his copyright history, it's undeniable that this dude has committed perjury. TheActMan has detailed exact reasons why, and I think most people agree with him. It seemed like an open and shut case, which is why everyone was dumbfounded when TheActMan posted a video the other day saying YouTube had taken QuantumTV's side, saying they'd done 3 investigations and they'd said they'd found nothing that would imply he'd violated YouTube's terms of service, despite TheActMan's work to detail every single thing he'd done wrong and why YouTube should act to punish him for this behavior. Obviously, that was a very shocking realization that YouTube had failed completely to enforce their guidelines, and that you can practically get away with copyright abuse on YouTube because of how bad they are at clearly enforcing their punishments against people who abuse the system. In TheActMan's third video, he makes more efforts to detail why QuantumTV has violated their terms of service, for hopefully YouTube to understand, and for more people in the audience to become aware and spread word, in hopes YouTube does something to actually resolve the issue and stop QuantumTV from abusing the copyright system to punish channels that are smaller than him and channels who otherwise cover and criticize him in ways that are completely fair use. Back in present day though, up until now, YouTube hadn't really done anything majorly wrong in this situation, other than saying they hadn't found QuantumTV guilty of what TheActMan had accused, and hadn't taken any action to punish QuantumTV. That was until recent, when on June 7th, YouTube decided to strike down TheActMan, not QuantumTV, let's make this clear, TheActMan's video, calling out QuantumTV and highlighting the fact YouTube hadn't punished him. The video titled The Dark Age of YouTube, the video where TheActMan explained that YouTube said QuantumTV hadn't violated the guidelines. YouTube took down this video for violating the guidelines on nudity and sexual content. To which TheActMan would tweet that screenshot with the caption, "The Dark Age of YouTube was just taken down from YouTube, I'm fucking rattled." And most people were concerned about this, because though this video had some kind of sexual jokes in it, like there was a crudely edited cucumber put in QuantumTV's mouth, and TheActMan made a joke that because YouTube wasn't punishing QuantumTV for the external links, he could just link his new porn career in the description, there was nothing that genuinely violated the guidelines in this video, to the point where it should have been taken down from YouTube, or deserve any punishment other than an age restriction or limited ads. But YouTube punished TheActMan for violating the guidelines over QuantumTV, which is insane. Absolutely, unequivocally one of the worst decisions YouTube has ever made, and highlighted so clearly a weird inconsistency between whether YouTube is willing to act on their policies against QuantumTV and whether they're willing to act on their policies against TheActMan. Nobody understood why they did this, but let's be fair, this was a warning strike, okay? It doesn't really matter. Other than some of the short-term loss of profit for TheActMan on this video, he could still post videos like usual on the channel, so he could re-upload it, edit it a little bit, add more content to it if he wished, because he did mention he had more footage that he didn't get to include in this video. I've had warning strikes, most YouTubers get warning strikes, they aren't really the end of the world. However, TheActMan would tweet 8 hours ago as of recording this video that his YouTube partner had reached out to him to inform him that at some point he will be removed from the YouTube partner program and his channel will be completely demonetized, meaning for the next few months until he's added back to the partner program, if he's ever added back to it, TheActMan would no longer be allowed to make money off of his content. And for someone who's working full-time as a YouTuber, that's really bad news. This would start off the trend to tweet justice for ActMan, a hashtag that is currently trending because YouTube went through with removing TheActMan from the partner program and demonetizing his entire channel. As 5 hours ago, TheActMan posted, "The channel is officially demonetized," showing that his channel currently shows itself as currently ineligible for monetization the day before his birthday. I don't understand why YouTube punished TheActMan over QuantumTV in this situation, to the point where they did something almost equivalent to terminating his channel, because being a full-time YouTuber and getting cut off from your revenue is really bad. If you live off of the money you make from this channel, getting demonetized is one of the worst things that could possibly happen. And it makes no sense. TheActMan hasn't violated any kind of guideline to the extent where he should be punished this way. QuantumTV has violated so many guidelines in this situation, and yet he hasn't been punished in any way. And it's got to the point where I feel like this is a slippery slope. If YouTube could get away with punishing TheActMan for making a video exposing someone for violating the TOS, I feel like this could happen to practically anyone, practically any commentary YouTuber who covers practically any situation like this, which is concerning. And if you get punished for very lighthearted jokes like the cucumber crudely edited in his mouth, that's a bad sign for the progression of YouTube. And I simply don't get it. Nobody does. And it's why so many people are tweeting in complete disbelief that this is something that's actually happening. This is a decision YouTube's decided to make. And it's why it's trending worldwide #1 right now. With people like Mischief tweeting, "Don't forget why this all happened. YouTube decided to protect a homophobic creator during Pride Month and remove TheActMan from the YouTube partner program for calling it out." That is insane. And I believe we should not allow YouTube to get away with this. So if you would like to support TheActMan, keep pushing the hashtag Justice for ActMan, and I and many other creators will continue making videos supporting TheActMan in hopes YouTube learns what they've done wrong or takes back the decision they've made, in hopes of supporting TheActMan and allowing him to continue making content. I feel it's completely unfair for someone's revenue stream to be cut out the day before their birthday. It seems completely unjustified in this situation especially, and I have no idea why YouTube hasn't acted against QuantumTV. I feel anyone would be upset if this happened to them, and I don't believe we should allow YouTube to be able to punish creators like this, but there's not really much we can do other than continue pushing the hashtag in hopes it has some sort of effect and YouTube buckles under the pressure. With that being said though, if you are new to the channel, please do consider subscribing. I know this video was ridiculously sad, there's no happy ending here. We're kind of just left hanging out to dry in hopes something happens, in hopes someone pokes the YouTube bear enough that they finally respond and acknowledge what they've done wrong. Please do subscribe subscribe to help me reach 100k. I'm really close and I would appreciate any support to help me reach that goal, especially before I go to LA. You can also check out my Twitter so you can get live updates on the situation whenever I see anything that I think is important to discuss. I'll see you next time. Give your mother a nice kiss from me, and peace.
Says she wanna rock with a nigga like me. I'm a stylish guy. Spend a little guap with a nigga like me. We can catch a fly. Says she wanna rock with a nigga like me.